When Uranus is retrograde in Taurus, this is a cycle that really relates to how we are identifying with our personal resources. What does sustainability mean to us? What does financial freedom mean to us? What does personal connections mean to us? What is our relationship to the earth? What is our relationship to society? How does that sustain us and create a more unique and collective and whole individual? That is what we are talking about when we talk about Uranus retrograde 2019 in Taurus. Hey you guys, what's up? This is Morgan from Morganland Insights and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, welcome home. If you guys are already subscribed and already know me, my face, my voice, I love you. Thank you for continuously supporting me, encouraging me, uplifting me, everything and the above. Okay, thank you. So this video is about Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Uranus has been in Taurus now for about a year. It went into Taurus in 2018. So this is not a new energy. We're kind of just starting to get acclimated with it. Uranus will be in Taurus until 2025. So this is a long transit. Uranus is one of the outer planets. So it moves a lot slower in terms of its rotation around the earth. Now, when we talk about Uranus, Uranus is going to be the planetary ruler of Aquarius. And when we think about Aquarius, we think about the socialist, the humanitarian. We think about someone who is innovative and weird and unique and very intellectual. That is Uranus energy. Uranus, it represents the part of our life, the part of ourself that is an individual but learns how to integrate that into a collective sphere. So it's not just this rebellious streak, it's utilizing that rebellion to move things forward. Uranus is all about progression. It doesn't like stagnation. It doesn't want to come in, and it's not like Pluto where it comes in and just destroys everything for a transformative purpose. Uranus is taking something that has already been created, that it may already be working, but it's about innovation, progression, future. Aquarius is all about the visionary, bringing in this new realm of the age of Aquarius. And that's what this transit is about. Even though Uranus is going to be retrograde in Taurus, we still have to understand that it has these natural characteristics. No matter what sign it's in, it's going to carry those over into the expression of that sign. So Uranus stations retrograde at 6 degrees Taurus on August 11th, 2019. Uranus will remain in its retrograde station until January 10th, 2020, even though it will stay in its retrograde zone until April 26th, 2020. So I'm going to do a video that talks about the retrograde shadow zone, because I think when people think that retrograde sees like a cycle is over, that the planet just goes away. Like, no. It's a cycle, just like anything in life. We enter a retrograde zone, the planet stations the retrograde, the planet stations direct, and then the planet leaves the retrograde zone. So Uranus doesn't leave its retrograde zone until April 26, 2020. So you will still probably feel like Uranus is retrograde into spring. So Uranus retrograde in Taurus is a period where we are focusing on our personal aspects. We're taking the personal self, the physical self, and we're implementing that into a higher vibrations when we talk about the collective consciousness. So how does that look, Morgan? How does that feel? Uranus retrograde in Taurus is going to bring out energies that really talk about sustainability. When we talk about Taurus, we're talking about our personal finances, our personal responsibility, our personal resources, our personal values, how we were raised, our upbringing, the morals and the ethics that were instilled in us as children and that we've adapted as adults. That's what this Uranus in retrograde period is going to be focusing on, is how we can really take those personal aspects of sustainability and technology and resourcefulness and financial freedom, right? And the financial industry as a whole, and implement that in and see what that looks like on a greater scale. How does the personal create a sense of responsibility for the collective? That's what this Uranus retrograding period is about. So when we talk about technology, we're going to look at things that are going to deal with a personal hemisphere. So cell phones, iPads, computers, expect to see a regression in that. That might be your usage of it. How does your usage of your technology, your personal technology, implement and influence your relationship to the whole? So that deals with social media, that deals with YouTube, that deals with blogging. Any resource or personal asset that we have that contributes to the whole is going to be under review. And that review is going to come from an analysis of how can I make this better? How can I move this forward? How can I progress? So expect YouTubers to really ask for personal feedback. Ask anybody really who is an influencer who uses their personal resources as an influence of the collective is going to be evaluating how they can progress and make it more innovative to deliver their message in a more efficient and sustainable way, because Taurus is all about long-term. Earth signs are not interested in, just the here and now. They want to know what are they building that is going to lead them to a more sustainable and profitable and efficient future. And that's what this retrograde is about. Now, in terms of finances, we're going to be reviewing how we spend, right? Uranus will destroy some stuff up, y'all. I wanted to say the S word. It will knock some stuff down if you are not paying attention. So Taurus is all about commitment, but Taurus can be extremely stubborn. So when it comes to our personal finances, we have to be willing to take a hard-nosed look at the cold, true facts, right? Where is your money at? Where are you in your area of personal finance, and how can you establish more long-term sustainable goals that is going to progress you and help you move forward to create a more long-term and sustainable future for yourself, for your family? And that is really going to deal with what is your perception of money? What is your values, your ethics, your morals when it comes to money, right? This is also dealing with like digital currency, because we're talking about Uranus, the future. This is a really good time to, if you are invested in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, this is a great time for you to review your portfolio. Make sure that if you are taking any risk that you're going to invest any more money, which I really wouldn't advise at this time right now unless you've been planning it. This is not the time to spend money unless you've been planning it. This is the time to review, analyze, save, plan for the future. But this is a great time for people who are in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and things like that to take a review. And if you have been efficient and diligent, you're going to see a surplus, because all of the people who have not did their diligence work are going to suffer. Just letting y'all know. So the people who have been practicing consistency in that area of their personal portfolio will see gains. The people who have not will see losses. Just a whole card, hold. That is the cold facts, right? Now, in terms of our personal relationships, this is really going to deal with how we see commitment, right? When it comes to romance and marriage and children, anything that deals with our essence of commitment. How do you commit yourself? What does your goals, what does your values, what does your ethics and your perceptions of commitment when it comes to intimacy deal with? Now, Taurus is romantic. It's an earth sign. It likes pretty things. It likes luxurious things. It likes to feel seen. So with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, you really need to pay attention to, when it comes to relationships, how you are giving, right? Are you over giving? Are you having too many expectations? Are you not doing what it takes to move the relationship forward? That is what this period is going to deal with when it comes to personal relationships. Now, when we talk about when we talk about ecology and our relationship to the earth, Uranus deals with like natural disasters, right? So if you think about when Uranus first entered into Taurus, we were seeing all of that crazy stuff going on in California. It was those volcanoes erupting in Hawaii. Like, it was just, as soon as Uranus went into Taurus, it was like the earth shook, right? Now we are going to start to see the effects of that. The effects of Puerto Rico are going to be heightened. The effects of all of these different hurricanes are going to be heightened. And it's going to question our relationship to the earth. How are we practicing sustainability? Just all across the board. And even deeper than that, on a personal level, how are you contributing to a more sustainable, eco-friendly, greener world? That is what this transit is also going to be dealing with. So a lot of people are going to be very interested in like sustainability and, you know, ecosystems and how we can really create and save and sustain and rebuild ecosystems that have been burned down due to our own subconscious and intentional, sometimes not intentional, actions and behaviors and cycles and patterns. So as a collective, on an individual level, Uranus retrograde is really asking us to take responsibility for our personal contributions to the collective world. And we're learning how to integrate that, learning how to take our diligence and wanting to be more efficient in our changes and being more progressive and literal, bringing it down to the, not like when areas where we're just like, okay, we're thinking, we're trying to make the changes. Taurus is building the changes. This is when we put things into form. So we might not see everything materialize in its essence, right? But we are putting the systems in place to create those changes. So we're going to see all of that coming for review. So if you are like adding on to your home, or you are trying to build in your investment portfolio, you might start to feel like things are slowing down. It's not slowing down. It's asking you to pause, right? Take inventory, look around, see what you've done so far since Uranus was here, you know, in the beginning of the year, since April, right? Because it left its retrograde zone in April. So now it's like, okay, what have you done in these past like 6 months? Now move forward. Once Uranus stations direct, it's gonna be like, okay, now move forward. So that's what this is like, is a pause to really look at the systems that you're building in your personal life that's affecting the global society, but you're looking at it from a very materialistic point of view. Like, okay, does this align with my values? No. Does this align with my values? Yes. So we're gonna bring that up here. It's just asking yourself, what are you committing to? What are you building? How do you want to progress forward? And what is the effect on the global community? That is what this is all about. So I hope you guys love this video. Comment if you have any questions, any insights. If you just want to say clap, clap, Morgan, I appreciate it. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon for the Aquarius full moon video. Peace.